name is Sean. I want to welcome everyone to the final showing of the Performing Arts and Community Exchange class in creative collaboration between students in the performing arts and social justice. The program at the University of San Francisco and the students are resolved to stop the violence program through the Community Works here in Pod 2B. We thank you all for coming and hope that you will join us after the show for a brief talk back and reception. There are many people without whom this class would not be possible, and I would like to bring one of them up now to say a few words. The Director of Community Works, Ruth Morgan.
All of the people at USF that have made this possible. I want to thank Captain Paulson, who is the captain of this ship, and has really made the culture of this facility what it is today. It's really and the men in RSVP who have really given their all in this project too. Finally, and last but not least, I want to thank and bring up the Sheriff of San Francisco, Sheriff Ross Merrick-Reedy, who has really, believes in RSVP, believes in programming, and has been really supportive in everything that we've done here. So, yeah. Who've made this really possible. I mean, it's just been, and the staff at RSVP, all of whom have really facilitated the ease in which we've been able to bring this whole program into the facility. So,
hi, I'm Ross Merrick-Reedy. I'm Sheriff, and it is a privilege and honor to be with all of you here today. My first commitment is that if San Francisco ever builds another jail, we will build it with theater space. I'm not here just as a sheriff or just as a participant or just as a spectator. I think the different worlds that are assembled here today really reflect both my present, future, and past. And I'm an alumnus of the University of San Francisco. I'm going to be more proud of the students of Amy Dowling's program, PACE, and those of USF that have come together to work so intimately and so fabulously with the Sheriff's Department and, of course, with RSVP. I want to thank you community programs, community works, for the amazing work that you've done in your 4th year. Please continue to do so, because you have an advocate in me who feels very strong, not just as sheriff, but even before I was elected sheriff, as a supervisor. I opened up my office in City Hall, where faithfully every month we had art shows out of our office. And it was more than just kind of a hors d'oeuvre or wine and cheese event. A number of those months we featured the art of people who had been incarcerated. We featured art, people who never even got to be ever in City Hall, where we were able to facilitate the art release either from San Quentin or here in San Francisco City and County, and put them up at City Hall, videotape it, and show it back to those who didn't even get to enjoy the moment of allowing what the general public got to see. Personally speaking, professionally speaking, spiritually speaking, or politically speaking, there could be no revolution unless it includes the arts. And the arts must be part of a process for any kind of transformative experience. So as sheriff and with our staff, this is exactly what the administration intends to do, which from here on, we will certainly do everything we can to furnish and nurture the desires of those who want to express themselves as they try to better themselves through the arts. And I can't thank our staff more. Captain Paulson, nice job. I see you're a guest performer. That's and everybody else who's helped make this the kind of moment that it is. So thank you once again, great work, and look forward to the performance.
Our whole process began of this year, August. We've spent the last 3 months sharing our words, our movements, ourselves, and our creative ideas with each other. Much of the artist's work will not make it on the stage today. All the games, the exercises, conversations, spontaneous songs and dances, learning moments that we encourage along the path to this presentation. Additionally, many of the men who helped create this material are no longer here to see it performed. Their words live on through us. However, as do the words of Reginald Rose, Sweet Honey in the Rock, and the elders of Hopi Nation. We hope that all the words you hear today will live on in you as you move through the world. Thanks for being here to witness the pace assembled as we present. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the ones we've been waiting. We are the ones we've been waiting. We are the ones we've been waiting.
Lost in translation, misrepresented by the state.
I'm number 5 of 12 that can't get a break.
This shit ain't cool being assumed guilty and treated like such until it's all through. With a past record, I'm only a tool. Twisted and manipulated to stand accused.
Accused of what?
Just say yes, she says.
All in the sign of the smoke and mirrors.
Plead guilty to go home now is all I hear. Had I known they were going to be strikes the next year.
He
did.
I just didn't know I was in the shark's tank. The only thing my name and number meant was
Money in the bank.
109 an hour for what? Tell me what I've been reading in the law library is all old stuff. A new plan for me basically doesn't give a fuck. Now you're backed up 50 cases and trade a week and you can't keep up.
Oh well, pass the buck. Put more on the plate. I'm only filing number 12 and life is never a mistake. So I magnetize embrace the ideologies of pace.
Because I believe in the fair, true exchange, I'm far from perfect and accountable for my mistakes.
Sometimes it takes more than just my mind to escape.
It's not so bad compared to what the other 11 have on their plates.
We're all on the same ship. We just have different dates.
It's so hard. Can we all eat off of love's plate?
Shareholders, puppeteering, ventures, capitalists that are paid to set the bait since the sun told time will hopefully change with peace of mind.
And other liberties instead of race defined by separation by selections.
Manipulation by projection.
Not to give up is my obsession.
Forgiveness, love, compassion won't let me rest and sleep.
I'm only number 5 of 12, and these are my opinions when it comes to the 12 angry men.
All right, how about you?
I don't know. Most of it's been said already. We could talk all day about this thing. I think we're wasting our time. Let's look at the kid's record. At 15, he was at reform school. He stole a car. He's been picked up for mugging and knife fighting. I think they said he stabbed somebody in the arm. This is a fine boy we have here.
Ever since he was 5 years old, his father beat him up regularly. He used his fists.
So would I. Kid like that.
You're right. It's the kids, the way they are, you know. I've got a kid. When he was 8 years old, he ran away from a fight. I saw him. I was so ashamed. I told him, I'm gonna make a man out of you, or I'm gonna bust you up into little pieces trying. When he was 15, he hit me in the face. He's big, you know. I haven't seen him in 3 years. Rotten kid. Work your heart out. All right, let's get on with it.
We're missing the point here. Let's say this boy is the product of a broken home in the slums. We all know the slums are breeding grounds for criminals. There's nothing we can do about it. I know it, and so do you. Children who grow up in the slums, they're just potential criminals.
You said it there. I don't want any part of them, believe me. I lived in the slums all my life. Now wait a second. I used to play in a backyard full of garbage. Maybe it still smells on me.
Let's be reasonable. There's nothing personal.
There is something personal.
Come on now, fella. Let's not be so sensitive. I wasn't talking about you.
The sensitivity I can understand.
baby, why you wanna be alone?
All alone.
All alone.
All alone. Ooh, I got the county blues.
More chopper beans than you ever seen. Beans stew, beans, but these ain't your mama's beans. Mama's beans.
Mama's beans.
Mama's beans.
Mama's beans. Ooh, I got the county blues.
I had a dream.
All right.
Eating mac and cheese.
Sounds good.
Like I was a patty and ooh, child please, child please,
Child, please.
child please.
Child, please. Ooh, I got the county blues.
It's 4 in the morning, and breakfast is rolling in. But it's just muddy water and oatmeal again. Muddy water.
Muddy water.
Muddy water.
Muddy water. Ooh, I got the county blues.
Eating the soy burger and broccoli. Got my Taster's Choice coffee. No tomatoes!
No tomatoes. No tomatoes. Ooh, I got the county
Took a bite of my stuffing. Started feeling a little strange. Soon my head's in the toilet and my insides rearranged. Vomit, vomit. Vomit, vomit. Captain Paulson's got the county
This morning, setting up some eggs. To my surprise, they were scared of my hairy legs. Hairy legs.
Ooh, I got the county blues.
Attention, lady. You keep coming up with these bright sayings. Why don't you send one into a newspaper? I hear they pay $2.
Don't make the old man have lied. You have a right to be heard.
It's just that I looked at him for a very long time. Seeing his jacket split in New York. You notice that? He was a very old man with a torn jacket, and he carried 2 canes. I think I know him better than anyone here. This is a quiet, bright, nifty man who has been nothing all his life. Who's never had recognition. His name in the newspaper. Nobody knows him after 75 years. That's a very sad thing. A man like this needs to be recognized, needs to be questioned, and listened to, and quoted just once. This is very important.
And you're saying he did something like this just so that he could be recognized?
No, he wouldn't really lie, but perhaps he made himself believe that he heard those words and recognized the boy's face.
Well, that's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. Why would he make up a thing like that? What's he got to gain? What do you know about it?
I speak from experience.
The moon was full and bright as the stars began to appear decorating the sky. Look, it's the Big Dipper. Look, there's a falling star. In my wildest dream, I could not imagine life without this marvelous display. Little did I know. My head swiveled from left to right, right to left, trying to capture the memories, not sure if I'd ever see my family, friends, or the place that I'm from again.
Arriving at the prison, we were met by a huge, ancient gray granite wall, approximately 20 to 25 feet tall, surrounding the facility. The entrance resembles an old haunted castle. I looked down and see one of those flowers, weeds maybe, that has all those little fuzzy hairs on it. As a child, we would blow on them and wish for extra recess, pizza for dinner, or for our dads not to get drunk and beat the fuck out of us as we watched the tiny little petals fly away into the breeze.
I am standing naked in this hallway with 9 other naked men. We open our mouths, run our fingers through our hair, do the hokey pokey and turn ourselves around. That's what it's all about. I'm given a green ID badge. A picture of me wearing orange and the numbers AB5629. I am no longer a human being with wishes, desires, or memories of my own. I am now property of the state.
I entered a very small cell, 5 feet wide and 10 feet in length, that sort of resembled and smelled like a dirty gas station restroom. The cells were initially designed for 1 person. I know they don't think 2 people are supposed to live in this little cell. I set my bed up, and under the always-on fluorescent light tubes, I tried to quiet my racing heart and find enough peace to sleep. I sat on my bunk, back against the wall, with my feet resting on the opposite wall.
As the evening came to an end, pessimism devoured my soul, and the feeding frenzy of my thoughts began. Will the pain and sorrow ever end?
Will I ever be the same?
My sister looked up to me. I was a hero to her and my younger brother.
How will all my loved ones hold up?
Will they still be around?
Will this be the end?
The people I shared my block with were all very kind and nurturing. They gave me great emotional support and advice as I began my arraignment hearings. They encouraged me and told me to have faith.
An older police officer sauntered past my holding cell, a cup of coffee in hand and a coffee grin on his face as he leaned against the doorframe. That's a pretty thing like you do in here. Wait, don't tell me. You were driving the car, weren't you? Girls like you think you can get away with bullshit like this for attention? Can I give you some advice, hun? Get over yourself. Right now, you're just a piece of shit in my jailhouse. Don't you forget it.
Time passed. I witnessed so many senseless incidents, I acquired a strong compassion for people. Also, I knew I had to keep myself safe in order to make it through these times. I found that through empathy, humility, and being courteous. One more, we got one more. Push, push, get it up off you, he said as I pressed the barbell off my chest. Good set, good money, said a friend. A guy still fairly new to the yard. I was one of the few guys he could call a friend. He would always come to the weightlifting area looking for me, eager to work out and seeking advice.
Count time, yard ball, return to your house community for count. A return to a cell block that sounds like an indoor sporting event. Conversations over the tiers competing with the radios and TVs. Humans are creatures of habit, the ability to adapt to unacceptable conditions. As strange as it may seem, the cell became a comfort zone, a place to gather my thoughts and listen to my authentic self, a place to rest after another full day of uncertainty.
A new morning began. I was anticipating yard call, but the facility was on lockdown. Word passed quickly through the cell blocks like the plague. Something had happened in one of the other buildings. There were no details. Turn on the news, yelled someone over the tier. The news reporter announced the prison is on lockdown for a murder. I would soon learn my friend was dead.
Yard call! The door is unlocked for night guard. I stepped out into the yard, paused as a whiff of fresh air filled my lungs. I had heard people say, although I'm physically incarcerated, my mind remains free. Until that day, I find it difficult to believe. My eyes pierced the sky as the evening came to an end. I was taken back to where it all began, small porch where the sun brightened the day. A place where nightfall unveiled a marvelous display. A place with a backyard where clubhouses were made and puppies played. A place with a garden and where livestock stayed. A place where my uncles, aunts, cousins, and siblings played. A backyard where there was hardly a dull day. A place where my parents and grandparents paved the way. A backyard where I wish would never go away. A backyard where I wish I was today.
Later, I had a dream. I'm riding a horse, galloping down a dark path, wearing medieval clothing, unable to see the forest through the trees. For those who have strayed off course and are walking down a path of destruction, may this story be enlightening and direct you toward a brighter path, leading to a radiant future.
Does anyone think there's still not a reasonable doubt?
I think he's guilty.
Does anyone else?
No, I'm convinced.
You're alone.
I don't care if I'm alone or not. I have a right.
You have the right.
Well, I told you, I think the kid's guilty. What else do you want?
Your arguments.
I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We need to hear them again. We have time.
Listen, you're the guy. You gave all the arguments. You can't turn now. A guilty man's gonna be walking the streets. A murderer. He's got to die. Stay with me.
I'm sorry. I have a reasonable doubt.
We're waiting.
Well, you're not gonna intimidate me. I'm entitled to my opinion. It's gonna be a hung jury. That's it.
There's nothing we can do about that, except hope that some night, maybe in a few months, you get some sleep.
It takes a great deal of courage to stand alone. We are the ones.
Take that.
And take back the lost and the stolen. We are the ones that are redeemed. We do not stand alone.
We, not I, unify so we can rely. Single opinion, single reply.
We are individual strands, spun together by the spider into a web.
We have united in something unexpected, breaking down walls to the ground, picking those pieces up and building.
We are here in a place far from the normal world. There are all different unique people here trying to get out.
To return to our families, never looking back to what was before.
We are confined based on some bad decisions we made in the past. I, for myself, have done 8 years in prison.
The countdown has begun for my return. Every day I inch towards my freedom, anxiously waiting. I can't wait to get out.
We can bind together, little strands of string that we are, to form a song and solid rope.
We do not forget working towards something. We have united in something unexpected.
Scary, liberating, real.
Useful and beautiful, the most delicate thing, steadfast in the wind.
With this rope, we can rescue the drowning. We is me and you, and we can stand firm.
You're telling the people that this is the 11th hour, and now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour. Here are the things that must be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are your relationships? Are you in the right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. It is time to speak the truth. Create your community. Be good to each other. And do not look outside yourself for the leader. This is a good time. This could be a good time. There's a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel like they are being torn apart and they will suffer greatly. Though the river has its destination, the elders say we must let go of the shore, push off towards the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above water. See who is there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are taking nothing personal, least of all ourselves. For the moment, we do our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time of the lone wolf is over. Gather ourselves. Banish the world struggle from your attitude and vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and celebration. We are the ones we have been waiting for.